spend about 5 minutes online, you run into that debate whether you should get a V6 or a V8 truck. If it's worth your time to save the money with that smaller engine, or if you should just full send and get that V8. I went ahead and got that V6 anyway. My name is Marcus, and this is my 2015 GMC Sierra 1500. What's up, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome to Built for Backroads, where we talk about real machines, give you some real reviews, and build things out that are fun and look cool without going broke in the process. So what that means is we'll talk about this truck mostly for now. I am just getting started on YouTube and I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever. So thank you all. First of all, thank you all for coming along on me with this journey as I figure this out and bring you some cool stuff, hopefully. But for now, again, like, we're just talking about this truck, and then we'll get into some motorcycles, some road trips, and all the adventures in between. So why did I choose a V6 Sierra? I was car shopping about a year ago. I had a 2011 Lincoln MKZ. It was great. I loved that car. I had it for 3 years, but it was time to upgrade. And I was looking at two different things, looking at a truck or a sports car. I like going fast. I love torque and low end power and just things that sound really fast. But as you can see, I got a V6 truck. It does not have a lot of power. It does not sound very fast yet. But what I was ultimately looking for was something that was going to be practical, decent on gas mileage, and able to haul around the stuff that I need. As a musician and a track coach, I definitely needed something to move around my equipment. So this has the 6.5 foot bed, which is awesome. I'm able to move all my stuff around and I can get my motorcycle back there. At the time when I bought this, I had a Ninja 400. It was great. I love that bike. I sold that bike. I have a new bike. Now with a bigger bike, it's not going to fit in the bed, but if I need to move it around, say put it on a trailer, I can hook that up and move it with ease, no problem. So when I decided on a truck, I was looking at all the major brands, Ford, Chevy, Toyota. My dad has always had a Ram. I was comfortable with those. But when I saw this pop up, first of all, I was like, oh man, that looks really cool. Again, deciding whether I should get a V6 in a full-size truck or not. This truck has been great for the year that I've had it. I've put about 25,000 miles on it. So again, I do drive a lot. One of the big benefits of that was having some pretty decent fuel economy. So I get roughly about 25 to 26 miles per gallon on the highway. In around town, it is what it is. I have a 5-minute commute to work, so it's not, nothing to really write home about. But the space, the ride quality, the interior is what I really enjoy about this truck. Inside, we've got some hybrid leather and cloth seats, which are great. They're heated. I don't have a heated steering wheel. That's like a little nitpicky thing. It'd be great if I had it, but it's not the end of the world. The infotainment system is meh, especially for the price that this truck is and was when it was brand new. It was 2015, so CarPlay wasn't standard yet, but that's something I'm looking to upgrade later on down the road. I haven't done many mods to this yet. I did the bullet antenna just to kind of make it look cooler. I added these running boards on here. I don't know if it came from the factory with some or not, and they just weren't there. But I got these for like 50 bucks off of Marketplace, and they've been great. It is the All Terrain package, so it does sit up a little bit higher from factory. Now, I don't do any off-roading, so like it's not something that I need, but I am looking at potentially doing some off-road trip or like camping or whatever later on down the road. So we'll see how that goes. And another thing I enjoy about this truck, again, like with the interior and the ride, is just, I think it looks pretty cool. This Onyx, I think it's pearl black Onyx or whatever GM calls it, looks really nice. It's got just enough chrome, nothing too crazy, right? I'm not a super huge chrome fan, but I like the chrome that it has on here, so I'm toying with the idea of blacking it out, but I haven't quite decided yet. We'll see in the future. Along with my future plans, looking at maybe upgrading these wheels and these tires to something that looks a little bit more aggressive, nothing too crazy. Again, like, I'm not a blue collar worker. I don't need to have mud tires. I don't need to have like off-road tires, but something that's nice, looks cool, and still drives the way that I want it to drive. Other things I'm looking at doing, again, is upgrading that infotainment system to make it something a little bit more modern. And then also some lights, and maybe I'll do a different grille. I think for now I'll keep the bumpers as they are. because it's not really going to see a whole lot of off-road. My truck is a pavement princess. I'm not your stereotypical GMC owner, right? Because I don't golf, and if I did, I would have gotten a Denali for that. So that about wraps it up for today. If you have a V6 truck or are thinking about getting a V6, especially if it's a full size, let me know what you like, dislike, and everything in between. Thank you all so much for going along this journey with me. Stay tuned for the next video. See ya.